Before you scroll away, let me ask you something. Have you ever loved someone so deeply that you were willing to erase your own happiness just to draw theirs? Because sometimes life is not written in ink. It's written in love, in sacrifice, in moments no one ever sees. And this is a story that will make you remember the beauty of love that never gives up. A love between a mother and her son. They say every pencil needs an eraser to correct its mistakes. But what if I told you, sometimes the eraser isn't there to fix what's wrong, but to remind us that even our imperfections are worth loving? I was the pencil, young, hopeful, and full of dreams. I wrote every line of my life with faith and determination. Each line told a story of early mornings and late nights, of juggling responsibilities, of loving a little boy named CJ with everything I had. I thought I could draw a perfect life for us, a home filled with laughter, love, and peace. But life had other plans. Sometimes my lines trembled. Sometimes I drew in the wrong direction. And sometimes the world looked at my scribbles and called them mistakes. But still, I kept writing because that's what mothers do. Then one day, life gave me an eraser. Not the kind that sits quietly in a pencil case, but one that breeds love. That eraser's name was CJ. He was small, but his love was big enough to erase my pain. Every time I cried quietly at night, feeling like I wasn't enough, his laughter erased my sadness. Every I love you or love erased my doubt. And every hug whispered, "Mom, it's okay. Everything will be fine." He didn't just grow up with me. He grew for me. And as he grew, I began to realize something beautiful. I wasn't just writing his story. He was rewriting mine. Then came the smudges. The moments when the story turned blurry, when I had to leave, when I had to say goodbye to him for a while, to build a better future, to find hope again, to start a new chapter across the ocean. I remember crying quietly on the plane, my hands gripping the pencil, trembling. How do I write a story, I thought, when the person I love most is miles away? But the truth is, love travels faster than distance. And CJ never stopped being my eraser. Through every call, every message, every prayer, he reminded me that distance can't erase love. It deepens it. The pencil may wear down. The eraser may shrink little by little. But together, they create something timeless, a story of unconditional love. CJ once told me, "Mom, I never felt incomplete even without a dad, because you filled me with so much love." Those words erased every fear I ever had. That's when I understood God used my broken lines and erased my tears to create a masterpiece called faith. You see, life is a lot like a notebook in God's hands, where the pencils, writing our dreams, sometimes making mistakes, sometimes breaking under pressure. But God is the great eraser. He doesn't erase our story. He erases our pain, our guilt, our shame, and replaces it with grace. So, don't be afraid of your mistakes. Don't hate your smudges, because even those imperfect lines can turn into the most beautiful chapters of your life. Today, when I look at CJ, now a grown man, I see every erased tear turned into strength, every hardship turned into gratitude, every prayer turned into miracle. He became the man I always prayed for, and I became the woman God always intended me to be. The pencil and the eraser. We may have lost pieces of ourselves along the way, but what remains is the love that never faded. So here's what I've learned. Love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about rewriting the story even when your hands are tired. It's about erasing pain, not the memories, but the hurt behind them. And it's about believing that even when the pencil is worn, there's still more to write, more to love, more to give. If this story touched your heart, remember, your story matters too. You are someone's pencil, someone's eraser, or maybe both. Like this video if you believe in unconditional love. Share it with someone who once erased your tears, or someone whose life you've been helping to rewrite with love. And don't forget to subscribe to Dream Life Diaries, because every story we share here is a reminder that love, faith, and resilience can turn even the roughest drafts of life into masterpieces. When you subscribe, you become part of a family that believes in second chances, healing hearts, and rewriting destinies. As I close this chapter of my story, I look down at the pencil in my hand, worn but still writing, and beside it, the eraser, smaller but still gentle. They remind me that love is not about keeping the pages perfect, it's about keeping them real. Every mother writes her child's story in faith, and every child, in turn, becomes the eraser that makes that story even more beautiful. So to my son CJ, thank you for being my eraser, for erasing my fears, my guilt, my loneliness, and leaving behind only love. And to every parent listening right now, never underestimate the story you're writing with your love. Because someday, your child will read it back to you, and you'll realize it was a masterpiece all along. Remember this: the pencil writes the story, the eraser softens the pain, but love is the reason the story never ends. This is Dream Life Diaries, where every story is a journey of the heart, and every lesson reminds us that life becomes more beautiful each time we choose to rewrite it with love.